Let's stretch out a little bit. Let's expand. Go on. Get up, get up, get up. We've been sitting for hours in one room today. Let's just stretch, energize. Pretty soon it's lunchtime. Pretty soon we can eat something and move around. And pretty soon our other demo will be up as well. Excellent. Please take a seat. So I'm Larsh for the day. That's actually Larsh right there, one of the co-founders of the company. My name is John Kutsier. Been with EasyBits for about a little less than a year, but been in educational technology for almost 15 years. And if you can tell, I'm actually stretching right now until the other presentation gets up. But I'll start. What's our goal here today? Why are we here? What are we doing? Our goal is to help you to sell. To help you to sell this solution that you've been hearing about all morning. Help you sell what you've been selling already and do even more about it. We want to share a little bit about what we've learned about the education market. We've been working on this for well over a year and talking to educators all around the world, many European countries, North America, countries all over the world, and we've learned a lot from those educators. We want to share a little bit about that. We also want to encourage you to look at opportunities for increasing your profitability via complete solution sale. And was very interested and gratified to hear some echoes of that in your earlier presentations today. It's not just about the devices. It's about the entire solution. And we also want to offer our help in making some deals. And we've done some of that already and love to do some more of that in the future. Excellent. We have our, that will just cycle. And if I'm really boring, I'll know because everybody will be looking there. But I'll just keep talking and my presentation will be up here. So who on earth is EasyBits? Who the heck are we? I've been talking to some of you, and some of you have some clue, and some of you don't. So I thought I'd start off by saying this is who we are. Been around for about 10 years. We're based in Oslo, Norway, but we have 11 offices in 8 countries, and I don't think my home office in Vancouver, Canada counts. So maybe it's 12. Who here knows Blue Dolphin? Some. Excellent. Wonderful. We're the makers of Blue Dolphin. If you haven't seen that yet, you will see that from Intel. That is a solution that you can put on a CMPC or other computers as well. And that's something that we've been getting rave reviews about. Everybody knows Skype. We run our company on Skype, and I'm sure many of you do as well. We did the game channel for Skype. So that's one of the things that we're pretty proud of. And maybe you've heard recently the announcement that Disney is coming out with their own PC. Some of you that I've talked to have noticed that. That's the Disney NetPal. We did the user interface for that, custom user interface for the entire computer system. So, but our main claim to fame is Magic Desktop. We've been building Magic Desktop for many years now. It's software that keeps children safe while they're using computers and keeps the computer safe from the children while the kids are playing around and accessing files. We're extremely happy to have gotten 2 awards from the European Union, 2 years in a row for best software in our category. But one thing that we continuously have heard from educators and from parents over the past few years is, what about older kids? Magic Desktop is great. I love it. It's wonderful. It's excellent. Keeps my kids safe, protects them from nasty stuff, keeps my computer safe from malware and viruses. What about my older kids? This is designed, Magic Desktop is designed for kids that are 3, 5, 7. At about that time, Intel was going heavily into education, building out their education initiatives, and building out the CMPC. And as we started conversations around that, Inspirus Desktop was born. So Inspirus Desktop, I was very interested actually to see in the movie that was played earlier by Lilia Ibrahim. She said that she was inspired by what was happening in education. We are too. That's why we're calling our system Inspirus. It's a computer user interface just like Magic Desktop. It's simple. It's safe. It's unique. It's differentiated. There's nothing quite like it in the market. It's designed specifically for education, but it has a dual-use model. It can be used in school and at home. And I'm going to get more into that in a little bit. And we'll talk about some of the feedback that we're getting also. But before we do that, we're here, we're talking about education. It was great to have Gordon's presentation earlier. It gave us a lot of feedback on education, what's going on, what's happening, what's changing, and what's new. And we're talking about technology in education. Well, as we're doing that, what are the needs? What are the needs that we're seeing in educational technology? So it's not just because we're in Egypt, but it sort of lends itself nicely to a sort of a pyramid model. What we've been seeing, what educators have been telling us as we're going out there, is that there are certain needs that need to be met at a base level. Once you meet those needs, you earn the right to get to the next level, and you earn the right to get to the next level. So on the base level, your solution that you're providing has to have reliability, has to be able to turn it on anytime it's just working. It's just out there. Simplicity. Everything that goes into education in terms of technology needs training. There's no getting around that. That's the number one concern of teachers with regard to new technology that's being put into a school. Is there training? Will I know what to do? Will I know how to use it? Will I look dumb in front of my students when it doesn't work because I didn't know exactly what to do? So is it simple? Can I train my educators on it? Can I train my students on it quickly and get them up to speed right away? And then manageability. Okay, I'm bringing 1,200 CMPCs into my school building. How am I going to manage those simply, quickly, reliably, easily? Once you've met that layer, there's all kinds of liability issues as well. There's security. Can my students get places they're not supposed to get? Am I at risk of viruses and malware? There's safety. I'm liable if my kids access content on the web that their parents won't want them to have. So you've got to address those needs as well. And once you've addressed those two layers, then you're talking about education, the education level. And actually, that needs to be over there. There's probably a different screen resolution here that's causing that. And you're talking about applications. Are the applications designed for education? Okay, this hardware platform that you're talking about, that's designed specifically for education. Great. What about the applications that you're delivering to me? Are they designed specifically for education? What about the content that you're giving me? Is that specifically for my needs? And then the context, this user interface that you're giving me, this system that you're providing me, is that built from the ground up for education, with educators, tested with students? So as we look at those needs in the educational marketplace and we look at a solution that meets those needs, one of the things that came to our mind as we're envisioning that is the iPod experience. And I just want to ask, what makes the iPod successful? Anybody? Why is iPod successful? Easy, I heard. What else? Stable. Okay, what else? Stylish. Excellent. What else? Pardon me? Visual. Yes, excellent. If we look at iPod, what makes iPod successful, we have a marriage of many different things. We have software, we have hardware. There's content, there's distribution. There's an ecosystem of solutions there that provides an incredible overall user experience, and that's overall user experience with all of the different pieces that we've heard here is what makes that a successful solution. And so when we're taking in education and we're looking at what we're going to do there, we want to provide something that's similar. And I loved hearing some of that in some of the earlier presentations, that it's not just about the devices, it's about the entire solution. So that's what we looked at. If we want to maximize the potential in this marketplace, that's exactly what we need to do. If we're looking for district sales, state or provincial sales, regional sales, if we're looking to sell by the thousands and tens of thousands instead of by the hundreds, then we need the full pack, the complete solution. That's very compelling. And we're here to help you in whatever way that we can. So the complete solution includes specifically a number of elements. I'm going to draw out some of these right here. And I won't be able to speak to all of these today, but we'll be able to talk in person about some of them that we can't talk about right now. I only have 30 minutes. So we have the desktop. That's the user experience of the student and of the teacher, what they're using, what they're seeing. We have the server. Okay, it's a school-wide environment. How are we going to manage that? How is that running? We have the classroom. I'm a teacher, and I'm teaching with technology. I'm new to it. How does that work? Here's how I can manage my classroom. We have the content, we have the applications, and the entire partner ecosystem, obviously. Let's start with the desktop. If we look at Inspire's desktop, we have a dual mode, home mode and school mode. I'm going to talk about school mode first. But essentially what you're seeing is an interface that's customizable by a school, very simply, very quickly, and by a teacher on the fly, real time. You're seeing something that's incredibly simple. It's incredibly user-friendly, very safe. Only approved applications can run. So you're protected from a lot of malware and viruses, inappropriate content. And it's designed with educators and designed for learning. If you look at it here, what you're seeing is that your most commonly used applications are available right on the desktop. And that's dynamic. So that knows what you're using, what you're going to most often. You're seeing that your name, the class name, and your teacher name is at the top. So when you're actually in a class, it's easy to tell where you are, who you are, what's going on. The teacher can know what's going on also. And we can see that the school, in fact, in this case, the teacher has customized the wallpaper and customized what applications can run at this particular time. When we go home, the power to control what the computer looks like shifts to the kid, to the teenager. And the teenager can do what they want, put what wallpaper they want. They can even customize that wallpaper with built-in applications. But the power to control what applications can be used, what programs can be used, what gadgets can be used, as well as what can be done in terms of permissions, and when certain programs can be used and when they can't be used, shifts to the parent. So we have a parental control application for that, which works in concert with the teachers. One of the other things, bit of a segue here, bit of a diversion. One of the other things we provide for the home environment is a set of applications and tools that includes touch-friendly games, multiplayer touch-friendly games. So just wanted to show you that for a moment as well. This is just a small sampling. We have many, many more. Very cool, very interesting. It's touchscreen enabled. Play, pass it over, turn it around. There you go. And obviously, both screen orientations. Now, we talked about the school environment. We need to be able to manage that. We need a simple way to manage that. How are we going to do that? Well, we have Inspire School Server. Inspire School Server is where I can enable applications for use in my school building. I can disable applications that I don't want used right now. I can set up permissions for all the computers in my network in one place right away. I can set up what gadgets students are able to use, and I can set up all my users and how they're working, and many more things, but we can't talk about all of them right now. When it comes to the classroom, I, as a teacher, in terms of teaching with technology, I can set up an entire lesson here, set up what wallpaper I want available during my lesson, set up what applications are available during my lesson, and what permissions are available to students during my lesson. So let's say I'm a math teacher, and I'm teaching a lesson on algebra, or calculus, or something like that. I can customize my wallpaper, very simple thing to do, with a math-looking wallpaper. I can say, I only want applications that are relevant to this lesson. So I'm not allowing a browser right now. I don't want kids distracted with any games. I don't want kids distracted with any IM tools or anything like that. Those are disallowed. Very simple to do. But I do want them to have, let's say, the digital textbook for this course. I do want them to have a calculator, a graphing calculator, let's say. And I do want them to have, let's say, 2 other applications, or maybe a note application as well. And I enable those. I connect to the class. I send that out to my connected students, and I can do that in real time. And if I decide to make a change, or I want to adjust that, I can change that, refresh it, bang, everybody's desktop is refreshed. I can also configure certain applications to open certain types of content, so that when students open something and they're working on something, they can get exactly the content or web page that I want them to have for this lesson. Very simple, very easy, quick for teachers to be able to do. Inspire's Classroom also allows me to monitor what students are doing, so I can see what's going on with all my kids' computers, and I can double-click on one to get a bigger version of it and see what's going on there. And there's a variety of other things, but I'll leave some of the details for our personal conversations. So if we look at what's going on here, and I haven't touched on all of the things, that we can't talk about all of them right now for time purposes and other reasons, but we're looking at an ecosystem of solutions for education. We're looking at a very tightly integrated system, but an open system. Existing software, existing Windows software just runs. It has to be enabled, obviously, for use within the school network, but it just runs on top of the system. If there's further integration needs or reason why it'd be great to integrate software, we can do that via an open API. And it's not tied to proprietary hardware. It's not like a Kindle where you can use it basically on one device. We've specifically designed it for educational needs. It's empowering teachers. Many teachers are terrified by technology. I had a conversation with, I don't recognize you, I'm not sure where you are, but you're from Azerbaijan. You're talking, yeah, and you were talking about teachers, older teachers specifically, being frightened by technology and turning away from it and actually trying to cancel projects in some cases because they're scared of the technology. Well, this is simple. This is obvious. This is easy right away. And we're motivating and enabling students as we're putting this in place. It's localized in 27 languages. I have the list if you're interested. And it's on a device, as you've heard many times this morning, that's built from the ground up for the school environment. That's a key differentiator from competitors and something we heard again this morning also. In case you're wondering, all the stuff that we've built here isn't just something that we've built because we dreamed it up. Isn't just something that we built because we sat down one day and said, okay, if we're going to build something, what should it look like? We wish we were that smart. Unfortunately, we're not. But fortunately, when we talk to educators, when you ask educators questions, they answer. And they've taught us a lot about what we need to build, about what we need to offer. And this is what educators are telling us as we work in England and Portugal, Italy, Norway, the US, and Canada. We also have a very interesting partnership with Northwestern University, which is a university sort of in the Midwest of the United States. It's the first university to go computerized. And if you know educational technology, I'm currently taking my master's in educational technology at the University of British Columbia in Canada. Northwestern has an amazing reputation. Built various things, the GEODE initiative, other things that are just absolutely looked on as models to follow. And we have a very interesting partnership with them. And many times Winston with EasyBits is one of the ones that have spearheaded that relationship as well. And they've taught us an awful lot about what to build, how to build it, how to make it available, how to do things that work for educators. Because if it doesn't work for educators, it doesn't work. And it's also what the market is telling us. The OEMs that we've worked with over the past decade, and more recently, partners like you and clients that we worked with have been saying this is where we need to go, and that's why we've built what we have built. So if we look at the opportunity, just to bring it all together, we have the opportunity for incredible differentiation. That's one of the huge benefits of being here and seeing what there is to offer in this solution. Unbelievable differentiation from any other OEM that might be bidding on devices. Again, a message that we heard earlier this morning. It's the only child-friendly solution from top to bottom. It's the only solution that's completely designed for education. And you can deliver it. You can deliver that integrated solution. It really is about the ecosystem. The ecosystem partners and the ecosystem on the device of all the software there. That sells the devices. And then you sell the services on top. This is huge additional potential. We had a conversation this morning about low-hanging fruit in education. And Gordon had a conversation this morning in which he was saying that it's only about 23 million units being sold in education right now. But that the addressable market space looks like about 200 million. And the low-hanging fruit in the consumer marketplace, that's been snapped up. Pretty much most families that want a PC have a PC, and there's a renewal market there, obviously, but the low-hanging fruit is gone. We see education as the new low-hanging fruit, the new place where increasingly over the next year and more, with stimulus funds and other funds, there's going to be huge growth, huge growth. One-to-one commuting is just starting. It's just starting to take off. And as you know already, major ongoing revenue potential with your consulting, with the training that you've heard about already today, the service contracts and replacements, as well as a renewal, generally every 3 years. We're here to help. We've developed some market understanding. We have pilots going in multiple countries right now. We continue to learn from partners like you as well. Educators have told us what their needs are. Let me fix this a moment. And we've built solutions around those. We can help you make contacts and open doors. And best of all, it's free. We're in the core stack. It's right there. Use us. Make use of us. Come up to us, talk to us, and we can find out how we can help you maximize your opportunities. So we have a lot more to share. We have a lot more detail we can give in personal conversations, and we'd love to work with you. Love to see you at our booth and elsewhere. The real Larsh is right over there on the corner, one of the co-founders of the company. And this is Winston, and I'm John. And so now you recognize us, and looking forward to talking with you over the next couple of days. Any questions? Or clapping, that's okay. You're allowed. Go ahead, please. You have a series of questions. Whoa. Kind of neither. Essentially, it's a shell over Windows that mimics. Yes? Yes. Correct. Also kind of neither. Apologies, we can't say too much right now. Right now we run on Windows. That's what I'll say.
What are the application stacks? The application stacks, we saw quite a few.
Yeah, we can probably get into more detail on that. Come by, see us. I can show you what's on there right now. There's a lot of software that we have, and there's some of that is going on the Intel core stack, because Intel is bringing solutions from many software suppliers. So not everything that we offer in EasyBits is available with the solution that we provide for the Intel device. So there's multiple things that are available, but that's probably other conversations. Thank you. One more? Okay. Wonderful, wonderful, good. Anything else? Very good. Thank you very much, and looking forward to speaking with you later.